Hello, beautiful Wild Hearts. My name is Yvonne Wildheart, and welcome to the Cycle Report for the 18th of September 2020. I sit here in Jojo Wurrung Country in Central Highlands, Victoria, Australia, in the Southern Hemisphere. So beautiful, beautiful hearts, new moon love to you. We are sitting underneath a Virgo new moon right now, and new moons are equivalent to that very, very new space. Like, it's just after midnight, it's just after winter solstice, it's not even conception yet, it's still in the dreamscape or the cosmic realms. You know, there is no moon in the sky yet. We will see that in a couple of days, but at the moment we are fully exposed to the cosmic realms, to the galactic energies fully filtering down here at this time. So no matter where you are in the world, it is a dark moon. So this is a great opportunity now to really step in and to take note of what you're doing, what you're saying, what you're thinking. You know, all these things will set the tone for the rest of the cycle. As Jane Hardwick Collins from the School of Shamanic Womancraft always says, you know, whatever happens at the start of a cycle sets the tone for the rest of the cycle. So right now we have this great opportunity to really create something really, really special for ourselves for the next 4 weeks. The peak of this moon cycle will be on October the 2nd here in the Southern Hemisphere in Australia, which will be the fullness of what is happening now. So, pay attention, because it's going to happen whether you're aware of it or not. It's just the energies that are playing. So, take note of what is happening. And this is a great opportunity to really step in, and especially under a Virgo new moon, which is all about the details, and it's all about siphoning off what serves you, what doesn't. Virgo is all about health and in service, the priestess of the earth. She is the earth priestess, and she loves the details. And so, to really step in and go, under this full moon, I give great thanks for. This is a very powerful, I can't even explain how powerful this is to really step in, to claim what you want, to step into your power, and to really shine the world. Really, we all need you to shine right now. We really need your medicine. And so we can, come together as a collective and raise the vibration into this pure love energy. So, here's a time, this portal of time, that we can really make use of what is actually going on. So here we are under this new moon. Here in the Southern Hemisphere, we've got some very exciting energy on top of that. Very, the fertility energy to add another ascension, the earth energy. Here in the Southern Hemisphere, we are a few days away from the spring equinox, so Ostara. So this is the second of 3 fertility festivals. The first one being Imbolc, which was between winter solstice and spring equinox. And that was all about the conception. Here we are at spring equinox, which if you go out to your gardens and you go out to somewhere in a natural space, you will see blooms, you will see grass growing, you will see weeds growing, you will see, gardeners preparing their soil and thinking about what kind of seeds they're planting. That is a clue to what is going on, it's like that birthing, it's that emerging, it's that coming out. It's equivalent to 6 a.m. in the morning. It's equivalent to puberty, to a girl's first bleed, or a boy's first wet dream. It's the initiation point of stepping out into being seen in the light, in the full peak, in the ascension energy. The next fertility festival is called Beltane, which falls in between spring equinox and summer solstice, which is around about the end of October, the start of November, here in the Southern Hemisphere. That's right, folks. It is not Halloween here in Australia in the Southern Hemisphere on October the 31st. It's actually Beltane, which is the opposite. Northern Hemisphere, they would be doing the Halloween because they're descending down into the winter solstice, where we are here ascending, going up and out, and here I am into the sun to really receive her full power that, you know, it has to give for us. And sometimes by February the power's too much and we have lots of fires, and that's a distraction and a descent. So, you know, we are still in that very fresh energy of initiation. So this is a really, really good time, like a full moon. You know, we have another opportunity here to play with this energy of newness and fertility, to think about what are you planting, what seeds. And I'm not just talking like actual, but I'm also talking metaphorical as well. You know, again, you know, these energies play out whether you're aware of it or not. You know, what's happening on the land that you're sitting on. Here in the southern, in Jojo Wurrung country, there is the indigenous creation story of Bunjil and Wa, and, you know, Bunjil being the wedge-tailed eagle and Wa being the raven, and Bunjil is flying over the raven's nest, the Wa's nest, looking for eggs and fledglings to feed her young. So, you know, again, we have this, you know, crossover of death and rebirth, or death and birth. You know, one informs the other. So it is a real, you know, portal of initiation. So, and it reminds me of the Persephone story, which is so related to spring equinox. You know, I tell the story to my children every spring equinox. You know, spring is when Kore, the young Kore, who is a young maiden, is, you know, dancing in the fields and with all the flowers, and then she goes to the underworld. Now, whether she was taken or whether she was, you know, abducted, or whether she goes down willingly, I guess that's every person's journey as they do that, because you can do both. But she goes into the underworld, and there she sits in the underworld until next spring. But during her time in the underworld, she eats the pomegranate seeds, which, you know, initiates her into womanhood, into queendom, you know. So it's really connected to that Menarche story of how a young girl goes through the initiation of bleeding, you know, and it is an underworld journey, and any initiation is, you know, boys also have their initiation process as well, you know, and you go to the underworld, and then from there you come out, you know, more in your power, because you've confronted what you need to confront, and you come up. So here we are, and you've probably been feeling this energy of initiation all year because of the COVID experience. But it is, you know, this is the time of the underworld journey, even though we are ascending into the light. So it's an interesting energy of one informs the other. Death, birth, one informs the other. And it's like, you know, when you plant your seeds, you know, how, you know, go back to that those questions, you know, how you grown them, what soil have you got them in? Are you actually, you know, are you planting full sun seeds in the shade or under a massive tree where all the water is going to be taken from them? You know, so what, you know, how, you know, what are you doing to support your dreams of what you want to call in to see come next harvest? So harvest being February, March, April, May in the descent. You know, what is it? You know, how are you nourishing yourself? How are you nourishing your seeds and your dreams? How are you stepping into your light as you move into the peak? You know, being a Virgo new moon, this is all about coming back to your earth body and, you know, deciphering what is love and what isn't loving, you know, and to really lean into the loving, because when we lean into the loving, we raise the vibrations, and that's where we need to go to really warm the earth for the seeds of the great-great-grandchildren who are sitting below waiting for, you know, this world, this earth to be okay for them to grow. It's like the soil, you know, how good is the soil that you're shining on, you know, nurturing, protecting, ready for those new seeds to come through. So that is the energies that are playing right now, and I invite you to check into what is your menstrual cycle if you're a bleeding woman too, and how that is playing out. So from my heart to your beautiful hearts, new moon love and spring equinox love, so much love. Take care. Bye.